Shemai guys, welcome back to the Life to the Full podcast, the podcast that helps you make the most of your time here on Earth. I'm still your host, Dav Morse, and it is once again a pleasure to be back on the airwaves with you. I've been encouraged recently that 2 people have started investing. They've started their investing journey as a result of listening to the Life to the Full podcast and getting their questions answered by me. So, if that is something that you're interested in, get in touch. I'd love to see people taking action on the things that they've heard on the podcast. Today, we are looking at comparison is a contentment killer. That's right. Here we go. Comparison is a contentment killer. Today, I reveal the secret to happiness. I'm going to do it in just a second, but I want you to know the thing that is the secret to happiness is available to both rich and poor. It is something that everybody can benefit from, whether you are affluent, not affluent, well off, not well off, whether you are healthy, not healthy, anything goes. The secret is this: be content with what you have. Be content with what you have. I'll give you a little bonus later on, but let's get started with be content with what you have. Comparison is a contentment killer. When you talk to people, I want you to try and notice the things that they complain about, the things that are causing their discomfort or their discontent. It is almost always in relation to someone else or something else. I can't afford a house, and so has got 3 houses. I work so hard, and so only works a few days a week. I only went on holiday to Portugal, but my friend went to the Maldives. Have you heard anything similar to that? Constantly comparing yourself to others is a guaranteed way of staying miserable. As the saying goes, there's always someone with a bigger yacht. A comparison comes in many forms. We live in a social media age, and social media is the most obvious one where we compare ourselves to others. Most of us know that the things that we see on social media aren't people's real lives. They aren't their real bodies. They aren't their real kids. They aren't their, well, not the real kids, but not their real kids' behavior. It is just a projection of what they want us to see. Most of us know that. Most of us know deep down that this is not really how it is in these people's lives. Their lives aren't all together like this. And yet we still compare our lives to their lives, which seem so glamorous and seem so together. The temptation is still there to make that comparison, even though we know it's not a true comparison. Sometimes we compare ourselves to people in other countries. We might look at Japan, a country like Japan, and think, oh, haven't they got good social cohesion there? Don't they work together well? Don't they have a good sense of looking after each other, looking after their communal spaces, looking after the older generations, the younger generations? Or we might look at the USA, somewhere to earn more money. They have better opportunities in other countries. They have better opportunities in the USA. Some people might look at the UK and say, ooh, free healthcare. I'd like to have free healthcare. Or Sweden, they've got even better healthcare. Or Portugal, wouldn't it be nice to have as good a weather as they have in Portugal? Portugal has such nice weather. Sometimes it's comparing ourselves to people of a different generation. Look at how our parents could afford their houses. We're never going to be able to afford houses like our parents did. In fact, it's so ingrained into us to compare ourselves with others. It's something that we do almost automatically, and it's an urge that we have to fight. And it's something that is so irrational at points, where we compare ourselves to others so readily to find our satisfaction, given a choice between earning £50,000 when everyone around you is earning £30,000, then that's going to mean you're better off emotionally than if you were earning £90,000 when everyone else around you is earning £150,000. Even though you're earning almost half as much, you're much more satisfied, much more content, because you're comparing yourself with other people. And when you earn that more money, if you're comparing yourself to people who have even more, then you're going to end up not as happy. Those kind of studies have backed up that kind of human instinct that we have to compare quite often. Seems a bit mental to me. I would rather have £90,000 than £50,000. But maybe that's because I've learnt to be content with what I have and not compare myself to others. Raval Navikant has this idea that you shouldn't envy someone else's body or business or family life or anything else unless you're willing to trade all aspects of your life with that person. So if someone you see on Instagram has got the body of your dreams and you think, oh, I wish I had a body like that, ask yourself, would I trade their work ethic, their time in the gym, their diet, their constantly feeling hungry, would I trade that as well in order to get the body? Or if you look at somebody else's business and think, what a great business, they're earning $100 million a year, whatever it might be, and their family life is nowhere, their relationships are nowhere, all they do is think about work. Is that a trade that you would like to make? Would you trade the health of your relationships and your family for that extra business? Does that extra sacrifice make it worth it? When can comparison be a good thing? We can use comparison to drive us forward. If I compare my writing to Dan Coe or my podcast with Radical Personal Finance, I can allow that to birth a jealousy and a dissatisfaction with myself very easily. I can look at these guys and think, these guys are so skilled at what they do. They have got this massive audience. They've got the life of my dreams, building their income online. I can look at these guys and allow that to birth a jealousy within me or a dissatisfaction within myself. That is easy to do. It is easy to compare myself and become discouraged. But I can use it to push myself on. Instead of looking at these guys and thinking, I'm never going to make it, I'm just jealous of those guys, I can think, if these guys have made it, then I can make it. What have these guys done that I can implement? What is the thing that set these guys apart? And can I do something similar? I can use the fact that they are further ahead on their journey to improve my own life. Comparison is a contentment killer, so be content with what you have. You might ask yourself, doesn't that mean I'm settling? Doesn't that mean I won't ever make more of my life or get ahead of where I am now? Absolutely not. Here's the secret. The one that I alluded to earlier. You can have both. You can be completely content with what you have whilst simultaneously striving for more and for better. I genuinely believe that is one of my superpowers, this ability to hold tension between being satisfied with what I have, with who I am, with where I am in my relationships, with where I am in everything. Being completely satisfied and content, but simultaneously, in every single aspect of my life, thinking, where can I be better? How can I do more? How can I be better than this? It is a learnable skill. You're faced with two options. You might need to work on self-acceptance. You might need to work on the be content with what you have. There is a fear in many of us that we are not good enough, that we won't succeed, that we cannot be loved, we are unlovable. And if that is you, friends, I would encourage you to learn the skill of self-acceptance. The other thing you might be faced with, the other side of the coin, is you might need to work on improving your life. You might be happy with who you are. You might think, I love myself for who I am. But I can guarantee you there are areas of your life where you can make improvements. Don't make improvements out of trying to prove yourself to someone else. Don't make improvements to try and catch up with someone else. Don't make improvements to prove yourself to anyone. Make improvements because you want something else from your life. You want deeper relationships. You want more mature emotional capacity. You want a stronger, healthier, fitter body. You want great relationships with your kids. You want more money. That's absolutely fine. Push yourself onwards whilst continually balancing, at the same time being content with what you have. So that's my challenge to you. Go and walk that tightrope. Go and do both. If you're new around here and you've listened to more than 3 episodes, I would appreciate it so much if you could leave a little review to tell me and other people what you think of the podcast. And if you've been listening for a long time and you still haven't done it, especially if your name begins with a J, you know who I'm talking to. And I'd love it if you could leave me a review as well. Till next time, peace out.